Right now on Apple Valley News Now live at 5, historic flooding forces evacuations across Washington. The around-the-clock efforts to protect threatened communities. Plus, residents say they're scared as water levels surge rapidly. We're live in Benton City as preparations are underway now. Then another community braces for the impact as flood levels rise in Yakima County.
That's right. From the Kittitas Valley to the Columbia Basin, we're tracking all the latest weather updates, including your flood information. We'll have all those details coming up. The News at 5 starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 5 on your side.
Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us for Apple Valley News Now live at 5. I'm Wendy Redman. Austin Reed is on assignment. Heavy rainfall from an atmospheric river has swollen rivers and streams across Washington and right here in Kittitas, Yakima, and Benton counties. We've been updating you from the very start with the latest flood conditions, and tonight we have live team coverage. Austin will update us on the issues in Benton County. He'll join us live from Benton City in an area where people had to evacuate today. Our Monique Garcia is in Yakima County. Several areas there are flooded, including golf courses, walking paths, and parks. She'll show us the very latest. And William Albert is talking with the Red Cross in Kennewick, where members aren't just working to help people in our region. They're sending teams all over Washington to help people who have fled from the floodwaters. But first, we begin with First Alert Weather's Stacy Lee. Stacy, well, some of our viewers may start to see improving conditions. For others, the worst is yet to come.
That's right. That's right, Wendy. We have a lot to unpack tonight, and we have lots of information to get out there to you today. Yakima and Natchez rivers, they remain elevated. Most locations have crested, and they will slowly improve as we head towards the weekend. Natchez may stay at bankful until next week, so be aware of that in the Natchez area. Yakima at Kiona, that's where all eyes are tonight. They could reach those flood stages overnight tonight into Saturday, so that's where all eyes are looking. Here's some of the flooding times so you can keep track of that. We've got First Alert Weather Day in place until 4 a.m. Friday. We got Yakima at Easton and all of those on your screen. But again, it's Yakima at Kiona that we are keeping a close eye on tonight. Now, if you haven't done this and you'd like to keep up to date, especially if you live near a river, download this or go to this website and sign up for those emergency alerts, mil.wa.gov/alerts, #local. Find your county to get signed up. As far as weather goes today, big difference, another warm day, I should say, but much calmer wind-wise. Those winds were insane all night long. Your evening is looking pretty good. Most of us staying dry. You could see a couple of sprinkles towards the Ellensburg area because rain is still present in the Cascades. So Natchez and Yakima river flooding continues. Dry and calm weekend ahead of us. Temperatures are going to stay above normal for the next couple of days, but then cue the next storm. We're looking at some heavy mountain snow headed our way next week. I'll have all those details coming up. Wendy?
Our team coverage continues now with Apple Valley News Now anchor Austin Reed. He joined us live at one RV park in Benton City where residents are beyond worried. Austin, what are you seeing out there right now?
Yeah, hi there, Wendy. Good evening, everybody. So I am right by the dock, and the river is continuing to rise. I'm out here with our Dan Hansen, and we were just talking earlier that compared to when we first arrived here in the afternoon, we're thinking the water has already risen up at least a feet, and it is coming out to the dock. I will tell you at least 10 RVs have now moved out of this area, which is right by the water, and they are moving on the other side of the RV park. So that's some good news. A lot of people are getting out. Let's take a look at the scene from earlier in the day. Like I said, we were out here, people living just feet from the water. They have spent all day filling and stacking the sandbags. They're moving belongings. They're clearing out anything that could be swept away if the flooding hits. Recent rain and snowmelt have pushed the river close to the flood stage, and emergency managers say this weekend could be critical for homes along the riverbank. Many residents tell us they are scared, saying they have never seen the water rise this fast. City crews have set up sandbag stations, but of course supplies are moving quickly as people rush to prepare.
Yeah, I was supposed to have surgery next week. I have to change all that. So that's not happening, and it's just, yeah.
How are you preparing?
Packing everything in the trailer and just shoving everything here and there, and thank God to my daughter and grandchildren and a good friend of the families and neighbors.
All right, back out here live in Benton City at the Beach RV Park. Again, a number of residents have moved away safely from this area. Coming up tonight at 6, we're going to talk a little bit about where you can get the sandbags if you do live here in Benton City. Reporting live in Benton City on this Thursday evening with First Alert team coverage, I'm Austin Reed. Wendy, I'll send it back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Austin. Washington state remains under a state of emergency as relentless rain and flooding continue to hit hard. At a press conference today, Governor Bob Ferguson said he is in active talks with FEMA to secure federal support to bolster relief efforts. This comes as they say more than 30 highways are closed, disrupting lives and travel statewide. Authorities warn conditions are unpredictable, urging residents to follow evacuation orders and heed local responders. Washington Senators Patty Murray and Maria Cantwell, as well as Congressman Dan Newhouse and others in the Washington delegation, sent a letter to President Trump. They're urging him to approve Governor Ferguson's request for an expedited emergency declaration. The Washington delegation tells the president an emergency declaration from him will allow the state to respond to the disaster and begin the road to recovery. No word tonight on if the president will grant the request. The Kennewick chapter of the American Red Cross is ramping up preparation efforts as flooding concerns grow across parts of Washington. Our William Albert spoke with Red Cross officials today. They tell him they're now preparing for flood conditions closer to home. The Kennewick chapter has been coordinating with county emergency management agencies, pre-positioning supplies, staffing volunteers, and identifying potential shelter locations in Benton City, West Richland, and Walla Walla if evacuations become necessary.
Historically, we've used the Walla Walla Fairgrounds. Benton City probably used one of the school classrooms or a church there. Same with West Richland or a community center, that kind of thing. So we've got agreements in place.
Coming up on the news at 6, William tells us what Red Cross officials say you can do right now to be prepared for the rising waters. Highway 12 at milepost 191 near Natchez is no longer passable. Take a look at your screen here. The Natchez Fire Department says floodwaters have washed out the road. A detour is in place on Bonlow Drive, but that detour, they say, runs right through a school zone, so drivers are urged to drive carefully there. Right now, the Natchez Road Bridge is open, but the Greenway pathway is closed. Power to the area has been shut off to preserve the infrastructure. About 100,000 people are being asked to leave their homes in Washington as some rivers reach historic levels. Several rescues are also taking place across the state, and volunteers and communities are working to fill sandbags and shore up older dike systems along the rivers. Floodwaters have overtaken some homes and businesses in places like King, Pierce, and Skagit counties. Well, there has been major flooding on at least 8 rivers and creeks throughout this state in Skagit County. The entire 100-year floodplain is now ordered to evacuate. The Snohomish River rose to more than 33.5 feet, setting a possible new record high. Governor Ferguson activated the National Guard, which sent troops to communities all across the state. They are working to get people out of evacuation zones. They're filling and stacking sandbags, and they're helping out at community shelters. We want to make sure you are up to date on the very latest information, so here's something to bookmark on your devices now. Our digital team here at Apple Valley News Now is keeping an online flood blog. You can see the very latest information at the top of the article, or you can scroll through and see what updates there are during the day. We have the latest information on evacuation zones, what's happening throughout our region, what's happening throughout the state, and it's all time-stamped so you know when the latest update has come in. Download our news and weather apps so you can have this information at your fingertips. Find it on your desktop at applevalleynewsnow.com. Still ahead here on Apple Valley News Now live at 5. We are taking you live out to Yakima where the flood waters are rising, plus more rising water and damaging winds across the area. What's next for your region? Our Stacey Lee is back with what you need to know in her full First Alert weather forecast.
It's a great time to buy, great time for traditions.
Like loading up a Ford SUV and going to Grandma's house.
Hitting the slopes in a built wild Bronco.
Or making the big delivery with Ford F-Series.
Does it come in red?
Everyone deserves to be connected. Big cities, small towns, everywhere in between. And staying connected shouldn't break the bank. That's why T-Mobile and US Cellular have joined forces. The best network just got bigger. And we're combining it with the local service you know and trust. Join now and save up to 20% versus Verizon.
Welcome to Twig's Bistro and Martini Bar in Kennewick, where every visit feels like a celebration of flavor, friendship, and Northwest hospitality.
As the executive chef, I actually get to work out front a lot, so I'm delivering food to the guests and I'm able to talk to them. And I personally enjoy working our grill and doing the steaks like our ribeyes and our fillets and really great cuts of meat. It's just nice to be able to create something and then see the customer, try it and really enjoy it.
When I see new faces that I haven't seen before, I like going over and talking to them, making sure they have a good time.
Kitchen staff here has me so spoiled. It's hard for me to go out to eat anywhere else because they are fast and efficient, and I think the presentation is beautiful. I think that we have servers that really care about their job. I can see how much they care about their tables and their customers and making sure that everybody leaves happy.
The time you're here spent with us, we're going to make you laugh, have a great time, and make you part of the family. A popular drink for sure is going to be the lemon drop, which comes in different flavors such as huckleberry, strawberry, raspberry, or a classic. But my job in particular is to make sure guests are happy and smile.
From handcrafted cocktails to chef-inspired dishes, every detail at Twig's Bistro and Martini Bar is designed for one thing, making you feel right at home. Join us at Columbia Center Mall in Kennewick, where every day is a celebration of great food, great drinks, and great company.
It's a great time to buy, great time for traditions.
Like loading up a Ford SUV and going to Grandma's house.
Hitting the slopes in a built wild Bronco.
Or making the big delivery with Ford F-Series.
Does it come in red?
Kraken Mammoths. Coverage begins at 6 Friday on My Network TV.
Welcome back, everybody. A growing number of parents are unknowingly buying car seats and stroller combinations online that don't meet federal safety standards. And local pediatric experts say the items could put newborns at serious risk. Parents across the Tri-Cities are unknowingly purchasing dangerous car seats from online discount retailers like TikTok Shop and Temu. These counterfeit seats fail to meet federal safety standards and put newborns at serious risk. Local pediatric experts report a surge in these unsafe products.
This is something actually we've noticed a trend throughout the United States, but here in the Tri-Cities it's been hitting us hard. 4 times even in just the last 2 weeks.
Federal law requires all legal car seats to pass rigorous crash testing, side impact testing, and meet strict standards for buckle strength as well as flammability. Counterfeit seats bypass these requirements, arriving without certification labels, proper instructions, or reliable construction. In sports now, the city of Kennewick opened the Tri-City's first pump track for bikers with a ribbon cutting ceremony. Take a look. The track is located at Vancouver Park on the corner of South Vancouver Street and West 7th Avenue. It features a continuous circuit of rolling paths and banked turns designed for riding without pedaling. The park is free to taxpayers and was funded by a federal community development block grant worth a little more than $400,000.
I bought my home here about 12 years ago, and at that point, you know, this park was at its end of its life, and so it is great to see this type of park come back to this community to let the people know, hey, we care about you and we want you to be involved with recreating in the park amenities.
The park is now open for use, and artificial turf will be installed on the non-rideable inside sections of the track in the spring of 2026. Now we head on over to Yakima, where Apple Valley News Now's Monique Garcia has the very latest for us in the flood watch over in that area. Monique, how are things looking?
Hi, Wendy. I'm out by River Ridge Golf Course. Now, at this golf course, there's also a playground. And let me tell you, both areas completely flooded. Now, there was a bench for reference, and that bench, you could only see the top of the bench. Other than that, that's how high the water has flooded. That's not the only thing that's flooded here at this park. A little playground area. It's dark, but it's flooded. There's a basketball hoop over there. Also, can't really see it, but that was flooded. A volleyball court right here flooded. Now, to the right of me, there's a roadway coming up from the golf course. It's been starting to get eaten up from the water, Wendy. It's getting pretty crazy out here. With that, I also talked with the interim chief of the Selah Police Department, and he told me although people are seeing photos online and they want to come out here and see it for themselves, he's advising people not to do that because there is a current with this water. It is not on a standstill anymore, and you just don't know what could be in the water either. Now, on our AppleValleyNewsNow.com website, our digital content manager Robert has a whole blog where all the road closures are on there if you're wondering what streets are closed. For now, I'm going to be sending it back to the desk, Wendy. Reporting in Selah, Monique Garcia, Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And we're going to start out and talk about today, what a difference a day makes. Much calmer outside. It was warm, and we actually saw a little bit of sunshine. 56 degrees on our dust level sky cam. The feels like temp 56, and the wind's only 6, not 60 tonight, so that is good. Let's take a look at our atmospheric river, finally starting to break apart. Now, moisture still falling in certain parts of the west side of the state and up towards the Canadian border there, but overall things have calmed right down, unless you're dealing with the flooding, and that's where we're at now. Moderate river flooding through early Monday, so first alert weather days in several areas. Flood alerts still in place in the Cle Elum area all the way down. That's the Yakima River into Ellensburg as well, still under the flood alert, so flood warnings. The Natchez River, as we know, has caused a lot of destruction in different parts of the highway following there along Chinook Pass, and as you saw, some of our team coverage up into the valley. And then all eyes tonight on this section of the Yakima River from Benton City to Richland. That is where we're keeping an eye. Those waters are rising as we speak tonight, and we should see a crest hitting at some point tomorrow, maybe as early as 10. Well, they're saying 10 a.m. Saturday, but we'll start hitting flood stage as early as 10 a.m. tomorrow, cresting at the peak 15.81. Major is considered 16 feet, so we're just a hair under major flooding. So it's a serious situation. And then we've had warm temperatures to deal with as well. So again, folks by the rivers, creeks, and streams, you want to be very, very safe, and don't try to go see those areas. Be safe and stay away. Now, we've had this ridge of high pressure starting to move in, and that's going to dominate our weather for the next couple of days right into the weekend. Temperatures have been relatively warm if you haven't noticed. We broke a record for a daytime high yesterday in the Tri-Cities, 68 degrees, and we have broken records for 3 days in a row in Yakima for the last few days, hitting 72 yesterday in December, so unusual. Now, with all that said and done, let's look at next week. Check this out. We're expecting heavy-duty mountain snow impacting the Cascades, where we could see 3 to 4 inches an hour falling across Snoqualmie Pass. So look at some of these totals. These are preliminary numbers. They may change, but that's what we're tracking into next week. So active weather, we get a little tiny break this weekend, and then it starts right back up next week. All right, overnight lows tonight down in the 40s. So again, another pretty warm night, almost 50 degrees overnight in Walla Walla. Your 7-day planner, we've got those first alert weather days. Flood threat remains through the region. Cue the rain for our lower elevations so far. And then that's when we'll start seeing that snow hitting the Cascade Mountains. We're also continuing with a first alert weather day tomorrow. Look for those showers. Pretty good chance of those Monday through Thursday next week in Yakima. Now take a look at Ellensburg, a little bit higher elevation in Ellensburg, and that's where we could see some potential rain mixed with snow toward the end of next week, but we're staying under a first alert weather day in Ellensburg for flood potentials once again off that Yakima River and any rivers, creeks, and streams coming out of the Cascade Mountains. Here's Walla Walla, looking like a pretty quiet weekend overall, but then get ready for that rain. Walla Walla, it's going to start up on Monday. Looks like it's going to hang around for the rest of the week. Also pretty quiet in Hermiston for the next few days. I don't see any strong winds coming, which is good. And then our temperatures are going to gradually cool down, but they're still very warm for the month of December. So
wild weather, to say the least.
Wild weather, record-breaking temperatures, floods, yeah.
You name it, I think we've got it. Destructive winds, we have it all.
Yes.
All right.
I'm ready for vacation.
Well, thank you for keeping us updated, Stacy. Still to come, as floodwaters hit Chinook Pass, neighbors embrace the cold and dark night to help fellow neighbors. Fire chief's heartfelt message to his community after this.
Life. It's a crazy thing when you think about it. It's either about making memories or remembering those moments that matter most. Broadmoor RV has been serving families and its community in the Pacific Northwest for over 20 years. From travel trailers to toy haulers, truck campers, motorhomes, and fifth wheels, we have what you need to start creating memories with the ones you love. So get out there and make those memories last a lifetime. Broadmoor RV. We make camping fun.
Get ready to feast at Legends Casino Hotel's ultimate all-you-can-eat seafood buffet. Dive into fresh Dungeness crab, wild Columbia River salmon, juicy prime rib, and much more. Taste it all every Thursday starting at 4 p.m.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery, Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
I have something for you.
I have something for you too.
During the GMC holiday event, get a total value of over $8,200 on this Sierra 1500 model. Plus, get $3,500 trade allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. We are professional grade.
We're cooking up something special. Yolks Exclusives. Original recipes crafted in-house every day by people who take fresh seriously. A collection of signature products you won't find anywhere else. Meticulously prepared with only the freshest ingredients and sold exclusively at Yolks Fresh Markets.
College football action continues on Apple Valley News Now, all the way through New Year's Eve, wrapping up with the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl. College football on Apple Valley News Now is sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
Have you heard about refractive lens exchange? K2 Vision RLE means no glasses, no contacts, and no readers permanently. And you'll never develop a cataract.
No glasses or readers. K2 Vision RLE.
Season's greetings from all of us here at Apple Valley News Now.
In tonight's spotlight, first responders are trained for emergencies, but residents in Chinook Pass took the lead with the power of community. Fire Chief Clark said residents humble emergency crews with their care, love, and resilience as they lent a helping hand to their neighbors. He says their unofficial motto is punch danger in the face, and reminds residents to leave the danger part to them. Have an idea for the spotlight? You can send it to us through any of our social media platforms or send us an email, news@applevalleynewsnow.com. All right, Stacy, when we come back, final look at your forecast.
That's right. Quick look at the forecast, and always we try to give you a reason to smile, so stay here.
From our family to your family, season's greetings.
T-Mobile and U.S. Cellular have joined forces. The best network just got bigger. Join now and save up to 20% versus Verizon.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Merry Christmas to you and yours from Daikin, everyone at Bruce Heating and Air. We're proud to be in your community. We wish you a safe holiday and all the best in the new year.
Merry Christmas.
From Griggs and Ace. Our family has been a part of this community since 1939.
Working and living in this area for over 86 years.
We've had the pleasure of serving and working with thousands of you over the years.
And most of all, we have been fortunate to serve you.
So thank you.
Thank you to our employees, past and present.
Thank you for choosing to shop with us for 86 years. We want to wish you all a blessed holiday season. And from the Grigg family, Merry Christmas.
Some know it as prime rib. Officially, it's called a ribeye roast. We call ours divine. Tender, mouth-watering Hereford beef, aged to perfection for 5 weeks and never frozen. Oven ready and easy. Divine beef ribeye roast, tied and seasoned at your request. Reserve yours now, exclusively at Yolks Fresh Markets.
I'm Eduardo Morfin. Morfin Law Firm thanks you for 5 years of support. Remember, when choosing an attorney, select a local attorney that supports your local community.
Celebrate the season at Queensgate Gardens. Fresh trees, wreaths, poinsettias, ornaments, and perfect gifts. Meet bilingual Papa Noel every Thursday night and Santa all weekend. Papa Noel nos visita los jueves. Queensgate Gardens in Richland, where Christmas grows.
T-Mobile and U.S. Cellular have joined forces. The best network just got bigger. Join now and save up to 20% versus Verizon.
Festive lights from the sky.
We've been putting up Christmas lights from the get-go. It's been a lot of fun. We get a lot of people that come by.
A holiday celebration on Fly the Northwest.
It's always a pleasure to see the cars driving by.
Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
Enter Santa's Big Give and maybe win $500 from Coca-Cola of Yakima Tri-Cities or a $200 gift card from Bank CDA. Enter at contests on AppleValleyNewsNow.com. Win big from Coca-Cola, Bank CDA, and Apple Valley News Now.
And welcome back. Well, we always like to end on a positive note, so your reason to smile tonight, come take a look at your screen. From Shirley 05 in Tri-City, sunset through the trees on Wednesday night. Ooh. Finally, remember it was so gray and gloomy for day after day after day. I saw some gorgeous sunsets tonight, so if you were snapping photos, use that QR code right there on top of your screen and send them in. Thanks to Lifetime Dental. All right, we're going to recap the things you need to know as far as our rivers and the flooding going on around the area. Your Yakima and Natchez rivers remain very elevated. Those rivers are flowing fast. There's lots of debris. They are dangerous, so do stay away. Most have crested and will slowly recede. Natchez, though, may stay at Bankfull until next week. The Yakima at Kiona, that's the one we're watching tonight. It's going to reach its flood stage late tonight into tomorrow and into the weekend. So again, avoid those areas. We also threw this website out to you. This gives you statewide emergency alerts wherever you are. mil.wa.gov/alerts, and then look up your county, and that's how you will have that. Or better yet, get the Apple Valley News Now weather app, and that'll tell you when it's going to snow, rain, wind, anything you need to know. It'll tell you.
Because we're seeing it all, Stacy. we got to cover it all.
My app has been telling me a lot lately.
Mine
so,
too.
Good news there. And then finally, to plan your day tomorrow, another warm one on tap. Let's see if we break some more records. Wendy, we broke records the last couple of days in Tri-Cities and Yakima, and I'm sure many towns in between. So
I can't believe it, seeing people out in T-shirts in December.
It is strange.
It's been very crazy weather. All right, Stacy. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us here this evening, and we'll see you right back here for the news at 6.
That's right. Up next is World News with David Moore. Have a great night.